So in this video now we're gonna basically remove the chain and the sprockets and put a new 2 sprockets, front, rear, and the new chain. First thing you want to do is remove the plate that protects the front sprocket. This is tricky. I know I've seen this done. I've done this before, and it is very kind of. There you go. Did it pretty easily though. Now, look how loose that chain is. Horrible. That's what was clacking. Now I had tightened up that chain a couple days ago, but obviously it did not do the work. The gear lever is off. Okay, now it's time to take off the wheel. Really simple. Just get that guy out of there, and then it comes off. So wheel comes off. Now these are all tools you have in your KTM toolkit. Next thing, we take off the sprocket, give it a good check. Next thing you want to do is you want to find the master link, basically remove it. So you're not going to have this tool in your KTM kit. However, you find a mechanic with one of those and you can do it yourself. You can borrow the tool.
¿Cómo está?
Estaba muy flojo.
Estaba flojo.
Wow.
Justo a tiempo.
Not what you want. ¿Cómo?
Justo a tiempo.
¿Cómo? Todo el tiempo.
No, justo a tiempo.
Justo a tiempo,
Sí.
yeah. Basically right on time. I mean, that was not good. Very loose. All right, so you basically take out the little front sprocket and the two,
Estaba flojo.
the bolt and the ring. And this is. So let's take a look at that. So now we're going to basically remove the bolt off the sprocket. One thing you can do, you can check the teeth. These are really sharp. Oops. Look how sharp those are. They can literally like cut you pretty good. And this is what the new one looks like. Not sharp at all, they're flat. Much different. So I put the two on top of each other and look at the difference in the teeth. Look at that. Top ones are really skinny and worn out, and the bottom ones are really fat. Next thing you want to do is you want to clean the bolts and make sure that the threads are good. That's how we clean the bolts. So if you don't have that machine, obviously handy, you want to use some wire brushes and get it really good in there and make them nice and clean again. Very important next step, put some Loctite on there. Get the bolts in and screw each one on. Make sure you tighten those screws nice and tight. So 50 newtons. That's about how tight you want it. All right. There's 50. And then we're gonna rotate the sprocket. There you go. All right, next thing you want to do is you want to clean the bearings with a contact cleaner and then give it a good scrub. All right, so we're going to take the bearing out and take a look at it, see if it needs to be replaced. ¿Cómo está? Horrible.
Está roto,
Shit, it's broken.
Sí, tenés.
¿Tienes uno nuevo?
Nuevo.
Okay, we're gonna change that.
Sí.
Look at all this shit in there, my God. broken right there. Yep, broken, replaced. So we're actually just gonna replace the spring in there to hold it because everything else is fine. And then the bearing goes back on. ¿Cómo está? ¿Está bien?
Perfecto.
Perfecto. All right, now next step is throw some grease into the bearing itself, making extremely sure it does not get on any of this. You do not want that on the rotors, or it's gonna be your worst nightmare ever. And then once that's done, you wanna go ahead and put the outside piece on and then the axle housing right there. Next, we're gonna basically remove the wheel and chain adjustment. Each side. And more cleaning. Get that crap all off. So what I love about Marcelo, he's been cleaning everything in here. So he's basically sprayed everything down so it looks a lot better. This is the tricky part right here. And then getting the plate on. Don't forget to put the this guy on. Oh, I probably should not have done that. But okay. There we go, look at that. That fits on beautifully. Cleaning the bolt one more time. Yeah, a little bit of Loctite so we don't have another loose problem like we did last time. But that's gonna go a long way to keeping that thing nice and tight in there. Mine was not tight at all, I don't think. He said basically the guys in Mexico forgot to put the Loctite on there, and had that whole thing come off, the whole case would have ripped off, and that would not have been a good situation.
100 newton.
100 newtons when you want to tighten that bad boy in there. You see all the Loctite coming out now. Next, you want to give that axle a lot of grease. So once the chain's in, get this big sprocket on, and then slide the wheel back in, making sure that the brake pads are open nice and wide. There we go. Oh. Okay, perfect. And get the axle back in. One guy's in. It's looking good. And we've got the bracket goes back in and then the bolt on top. See, this is all the way in the front. There's no space here, so then it's gonna come out and tighten up nicely. Because of all the slack, we're gonna take one of the links out. So the chain is on. And now we're just gonna tighten down the links. Now we've got this little mechanism that is about to come off. So the gearbox is getting nice and clean. Look at that. And then get a little bit of grease in there. Slide it back on. And then 2 screws go back on. And then nice and tight. Not too tight, but tight. So 10 newtons on this guy. All of these bolts go back in at 10 newtons. So the gear is back in. Now we're gonna put the bolts in. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna adjust the back part here, and let's see. You can see them over here. So basically this guy's gonna go back inside, this guy stays still. And that's it, so thanks for watching.